If you've ever wondered, can I still do peels in the summer? What's the best way to protect my skin in the heat? You're in the right place. We've helped thousands of women prep their skin for summer while keeping it healthy and glowing, even in the sun. And today, we're breaking down the must-have treatments, what to avoid, and how to build a foolproof summer routine.
The summer months are coming up very quickly.
Yep.
So we are going to be getting ready for summer. What can we do to prepare our skin so we look the best this summer?
Well, obviously it's important to have a good regimen and a regimen that's going to protect your skin when you're out in the sun. So there are certain things you want to use on a daily basis, antioxidants, because they help to protect your skin from the damages. You know, as the sun's rays hit your face, they damage the little electrons and things in there. And now, you know, you're making bumps and marks and all these kind of crazy things. But when you're using antioxidants like vitamin C specifically, it helps to like fill in missing electrons and makes your cells perfect again. So when they replicate, you've got, you know, beautiful, even skin. And that's really, really important as we're spending more time outside in the summer.
Sure.
So I think, you know, something like that's key.
And it's really important to start that repair process. Don't wait for June. Start it now so you're getting ready and you're ready for when the, you know, that time comes, when it's summertime and we're out and about and your skin's nice and smooth. So you want to start early.
Yeah, and I feel like your regimen really shouldn't change.
Right.
And, you know, you should be using the same things. You should be, you know, exfoliating, using your antioxidants, using your SPF, using your retinoids at night. The only things that really change are maybe you need more SPF and you need to, you know, like put a hat on. A hat that shades your face. Think of shading your face because a little baseball cap isn't going to get the sides of your face. I can protect your neck or anything. You need a hat that's good so your face is in the shade, so like a big hat. And that's fine, you know, when you're gardening. I mean, if you're riding a bike or something. I've seen some crazy things in the group. Like, I don't own one, but it's kind of cool. And it's like a big front visor.
Interesting.
Like, it's something like you can see through.
Oh.
But it reflects the sun.
Okay.
I connect it to a hat.
Kind of like a window tint?
Almost like that. Something like that. I've seen it. I've had multiple people post photos of it. It cracks me up because it looks a little bit funny. But that's what they're doing when they're, you know, walking their dogs and things like that because they did a peel or they did something and they don't want to get sun damage. Right. It's kind of like there's two groups of people almost. There's people that still want to tan in the summer. And okay, that's fine.
Yes.
But you know, then there's people that are like, you know, I did that already and I have all these damages and there's no way I'm going to be tanning my face ever again.
Sure.
And then they're really, you know, vigilant with their skincare and protective things.
I do get the question about self-tanners a lot when it's coming up to this time because nobody you know, like you said, they want to avoid the sun, but they want to look sun-kissed. Yeah. They want to look like, you know, everybody looks a little better when you have a little bit of color. And they have a lot of questions about, you know, can I do the self-tanner and do peels and things? And it's kind of a fine line.
Well, I guess it doesn't always work together well, right? Like if your skin is nice and exfoliated and you go ahead and do that self-tanner, that's perfect. You know, it's going to last a little while because all those self-tanners do is dye the outermost layers of skin that color, right? It's not doing anything. It doesn't, it's not going to harm anything. It doesn't affect anything. It's just dyeing the skin. Right. So when that skin naturally comes off, so does the color. Right. So you can get a great like first application, you know, if you're using retinoids and acid cleansers and things like that. But it's not always easy to get that perfect second application, you know, and I think on the body it might be easier, but I don't have the best of luck with self-tanners. Personally, I would rather use like a bronzer.
I was just going to say a bronzer is probably the best.
That's what I'll do. Like in the summertime, I'll, you know, because my skin is very pale, but I don't want to look like, you know, I'm a ghost next to everybody else, though there's nothing wrong with that. You know, that you're having beautiful, you know, skin that's clear
skin. Absolutely.
And hasn't seen a day of sun. That's great. But I mean, I like to have a little bit, and I just use like a powder bronzer for the face usually. You kind of like get the outer
Sure.
areas, maybe a little on your nose or whatever, look like you got some sun. And the same thing, they have some sprays for your
Yes,
legs,
they
and
do.
they have
They have
body
Yeah, the
lotions and
ones that
stuff.
gradually build a little bit. I
Yeah,
like to use those in the
I wouldn't
summer.
mind that more.
Hmm.
I feel like anytime I try to put a self tanner on, it doesn't matter how exfoliated I am. Like it'll be on your
Yeah.
ankles, and I'm just like,
Oh, no,
oh,
no,
it
no.
looks terrible.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
not
do
fun.
it. And I've actually done those where they've sprayed you, and it just doesn't work good for me. I will
Right.
put a bronzer on every day
Yeah.
instead of self tanner.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me. Here's the thing. There isn't a one size fits all peel. Your skin type, your concerns, and even your lifestyle all play a role. That's why we created the Peel Finder tool. You answer a few quick questions and it tells you exactly what's right for you.
All right. So let's talk about some treatments that can be done during the summer months. And is
Yeah,
there anything that should not be done during the summer months?
not necessarily, right? As long as you are willing to
Hmm.
protect your skin,
For sure.
when like just what we said, SPF and a
Hmm.
big hat to shade your face. You can do anything you want. You can do
Yes.
peels all summer long. You can do
Yes.
strong peels. You
Hmm.
can do light peels. I do notice that most people in the summertime that want to do peels, they tend to not want to do the heavier peels. They want to go towards a lighter one.
Right.
And usually that's something like mandelic
Yeah.
or lactic, maybe a glycolic, but something like that once or twice a month to still give you that little
Sure.
exfoliation. And you still have to be wary of the sun, of course. Like I
Yes.
said, as long as you're protecting your skin, you're fine.
Hmm.
But now there are other things too that you can do and not really worry about that. Let's say you're a person that tans in the summertime
Hmm.
months and you're not going to do peels because tanning and peels don't ever mix,
Right.
but you can do microinfusion,
No
right?
downtime either,
Because
right?
you got a
Very
few
nice.
days where you really have to,
Yeah.
protect your skin. And then it's not going to increase your sensitivity to the sun.
Mm.
Whereas like acids, you will be more prone to get a sunburn. I mean, that's
Sure.
why it's so important, there are warnings on acid cleansers and toners and
Sure.
serums, on retinoids. There's warnings because if you go into the sun, you're going to have a higher chance of getting sun damage. And that's the last thing you want. Right? You want to protect against that. So they're telling you have to use SPF. Well, with microinfusion, there's nothing in there that makes you more sensitive to the sun. So that's a super alternative for people
Sure.
that don't want to worry about, making their skin more sensitive. Maybe they know they're going to still be outside and
Yes.
they'll probably end up getting some sun.
Right.
I probably can't do a peel, but I can do this.
Right. And if you think about it, peels are working from the outside in, and
Yeah.
then microinfusion is working from the inside out.
Yeah.
I do talk to a lot of people on the phone, and I recently talked to somebody who is a bus driver, and she says her left arm and her left cheek, she has, some inflammation and pigmentation.
Yeah.
Pigmentation. So she bought these sleeves because
Mhm.
she's doing peels. So she's, slathering on the sunscreen every 2 hours, she said, and
Yep.
she bought these sleeves that it's hot
I've
and
heard of
everything, but
that.
yeah, it's like just like it's
Like an
just
SPF type.
like an
They have
SPF.
SPF clothing.
Yes,
So it's got to be
yes,
something like
yes.
that.
My children live in Florida, and they wear that kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, she wears the sleeves, and she's driving happily now, and she's doing her peels all summer because let's face it, we have many clients who live in California, Arizona, Florida. Places that it's nice and sunny all year round.
Every single day,
Yeah.
where the sun damage and
Yeah.
cancer rates are high
Sure.
because you're always in the sun.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to take those extra steps, but at least
Mhm.
knowing that you're doing something maybe like microneedling,
Yes.
at least you're not making yourself more susceptible.
Exactly.
It's just kind of normal.
Yeah, that's a great option. That's amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, what are some things that you need to be more mindful of during those summer months?
Right. So the thinner your skin is,
Mhm.
obviously the more sensitive you are to the sun.
Right.
So by using the exact things that we tell you to use every day
Mm.
for the reasons that they are going to thin the dead layers,
Right.
will also make you more susceptible to, let's say, a burn.
Got
So
it.
if you're using things like, an acid wash or
Mhm.
acid serum, retinoids, you have to be very mindful
Yes.
of the fact that those are thinning the dead layers. And that's what
Mhm.
makes your skin look so beautiful and smooth and glowy. but it's also going to make you more prone to get a sunburn.
Okay.
So, again, the most important thing is that SPF,
Right.
shading your face, not spending a whole lot of time direct in the sun. I mean, you can go out with just SPF.
Right.
But let's make sure you're putting enough SPF on. Number one, like, like take your index finger and you should put like and fill up your whole index. Like you should feel like you're putting too much on your face. Like you feel like you're just like rubbing it in and rubbing it in. Like that's the correct amount.
Right.
Most people just put it on kind of like a serum and it's not enough to actually protect.
Right.
And then they're like, well, why did I get a burn? Or why do I have all this pigmentation?
Sure.
Well, because you're not putting it on thick enough. And I would have to say too, like, we carry the Coats line and that's all physical sunscreen. So you have physical sunscreens and you have chemical sunscreens. And like chemical sunscreens, the chemicals actually penetrate into your skin. So that allows like the warmth to get in your skin. And, I just don't feel like it's as good. You can, because heat can also cause, hyperpigmentation in the skin. I don't think it's the best solution. I think like the titanium dioxide or the zinc, those physical sunblocks, those are the very best because those go on. That's your final layer. It sits on the top. Remember, we put on a good amount, and that just reflects the sun right off of your face. So nothing is going to penetrate. You're not going to get any rays in your skin or heat in your skin from that. That's going to be the safest for you. And if you have melasma or anything like that coming to summertime, it's like the dreaded time of the year. But, make sure that you're following that. And I know, you just find a couple of hats that are cool and pretty and you'll feel like a movie star and just wear them. I mean,
wear those big sunglasses, wear those big hats. Audrey Hepburn, right?
Yeah, people everywhere you go, they'll be like, wow. I remember we were on vacation once. We were in California and we went like walking around in Beverly Hills. And I remember I had like a long summer dress on and I had my big hat on.
Oh yes.
And everybody kept looking at me like I had big sunglasses. They probably like thought I was somebody. Like, wow, that person is like trying to, who is that?
Somebody.
And I was like, but I was? I don't know. This is many years ago. But I mean, like, it's not like people are gonna look at you and go, oh, you look stupid. No, they're like, oh, wow, that's cool. Like, who is that?
Yeah.
Like, those are the kind of looks you're gonna get. You're not gonna get like, who do you think you are? They're like, wow, who is that? Like, or at least they really take care of their skin.
Funny story. Last year I was driving home from work and I live fairly close. So I was taking the side street. There was a lady cutting her grass and it was like 100 degrees out. It felt like maybe 90, but it felt like 100. She had a long sleeve, like windbreaker on, hood up.
Oh gosh.
Like string pull.
I wonder if she was a customer.
She had to have been. And immediately I thought, oh my gosh, she did a peel. She did an arm peel, a face peel.
She's doing something over there.
Exactly. And, I didn't think anything. I mean, I did look for a second. And then I was like, I chuckled to myself because I'm like, I guarantee she's had a chemical peel or some form of treatment.
Or
laser,
some form of skin cancer or something. And she's learned.
She absolutely is, and it was like, I wanted to stop and give her a high five, but I just kept driving. But yeah, it was kind of comical. But,
yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. So just to recap.
Yeah.
We're going to start prepping our skin now for summer.
Yeah. Always. Every day.
Yeah. We're going to choose the right treatments.
Yeah. And if you need to watch out for, if you're going to be spending a lot of time in the sun, chemical peel might not be the best thing for you to do.
Right.
If you're a gardener or you're going to be with the kids and you're going on vacation, you're going to the beach, you got a lot of outdoor plans, I would probably not do peels.
Right.
I would still use my retinoids and my acid cleansers and lots of sunblock and a big hat.
Right.
But I would maybe switch. Maybe I would start doing things like my LED mask more. I would do micro-infusion more instead of the chemical peels. Take this time, switch up your routine a little bit.
And don't be afraid to use an umbrella or something. I had a soccer mom call me the other day and said that she has to go out. She did a peel. And, do I feel like the sunglasses, the hat, and an umbrella would be good enough? And I said, yeah, I think you got it covered.
I think so. I mean, like, hey, I have a pool. So when I sit out back, I mean, literally, if I want to like lay in my chair and just to, maybe I'm not swimming, maybe I just want to enjoy this beautiful summer day, right? I will sit there and I will put the umbrella up and I will have it where it's like covering the top. Maybe my bottom half might be in the sun, but my top half is not.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I have melasma too. So like if I were to just go out there, I would just have darkness all over my face. And we're not doing that. So, yeah, you have to just make sure your protection is in line. Put your SPF on again if you're just constantly
Yeah.
out there.
One of the products my daughter absolutely loves that we have, she lives in Florida, is the Coats Mineral Stick.
Yes.
She reapplies on her nose, the places under your sunglasses where you'll
Yes.
get the little redness,
Yes. Yeah,
That's a great
that's a
add-on.
great one. That
Yeah,
is a great product to put on.
perfect. Well, I think if they take the precautions that we talked about today, I think that everybody will be looking tip-top shape by the time summer comes,
Oh,
and it'll keep them looking wonderful all summer long.
all summer long, and then when fall comes, then you can hop back into your peel regimens again.
Absolutely. And don't hesitate to call us if you have any questions whatsoever. We're always here to help you.
Yep.
Support at platinumskincare.com, 1-800-917-3155.
Or pop into the Facebook group,
Facebook
Platinum
group is
Skincare
amazing.
Gurus.
That's right. Somebody will help you.
Yep, we'll see you there.